Are you ready to be more bold on your journey of authorship and entrepreneurship? Are you ready to step up just a little bit more and push your comfort zone, become more of a leader so that people will want to hear what you have to say, will be waiting to see how else they can work with you? Well, today I want to share with you the 5 key distinctions to bold leadership. And this is some content that I'm really happy about. I've developed it over the course of months, if not years. So I'm excited to share them with you today. And I'm Krieger, author of Lifestyle Entrepreneur, founder of Lifestyle Entrepreneurs Press. And let's jump into them. So here's the 5 keys to bold leadership. And number one with a bullet, is to be the author of your own experience and not the victim of circumstance. And we all know who the victim of circumstance is. It's the person that says, oh, it's too late, or I don't have enough free time, or I don't have the money. Whatever it is, there's a reason why outside circumstances are controlling them. But being the author of your own experience means, 1, taking responsibility for what's going on and seeing how you may have played a part in the dynamic and circumstances that are unfolding. But more importantly, being the author and actually creating, scribing what you want to happen and take place next, so that you can ultimately be the person driving the charge forward, in the driver's seat, not on the sidelines, not on the side of the road yelling at the people that are on the field, that are taking action, but actually being one yourself requires giving up playing the victim card and really being the author of your own experience. Number 2 is to embrace a push equilibrium. This is a great concept in the sense that, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, people that push the boundaries, embrace what I call a push equilibrium, wherein their day-to-day experience, their default is to be 1 or 2 steps beyond their comfort zone. And once you, of course, when you begin this, just like if you start going to the gym for a while and you haven't, or you take on a new diet, or you start writing a book and you're not yet into the flow, it hasn't become a habit, it hasn't become ingrained, that's when you really need the willpower. But once you cross this certain threshold, your equilibrium becomes one of constantly moving forward. And when you do that, you start to realize the benefit of what Darren Hardy, the publisher of Success Magazine, calls the compound effect. Which is, as long as you're taking 1 or 2 steps forward, as long as you're taking consistent action, the cumulative return becomes exponential. At a certain point, you start to really feel the momentum that's built by embracing a push equilibrium. Number 3 is to put a date on your dreams. I mean, we've all heard people that get excited and they're going to do this and that and they're going to change the world, but they don't usually say by when they're going to do it. And so real leaders, bold leaders, put a date on their dreams. They set annual strategic plans. They set goals that they want to accomplish in the quarter. They set monthly targets that let them know if they're on track towards those bigger goals. And they use calendaring in their daily business life. And I can't stress this one enough, because look, let's face it, what gets put on the calendar gets done, and what doesn't might. But if you put a date on your dreams and you start to back into the actual steps that you need to take to achieve them and put dates on those too, then when you have a push equilibrium and you're the author of your own experience, that's how you start to build real momentum towards success. So number 4 is the essence of leadership is making decisions. It's actually as simple as that. What's the difference between somebody who's a leader of a large organization, maybe a Fortune 500 company, and somebody who's a worker and takes direction? The person that's in charge, their primary responsibility is to make decisions, and then other people can carry them out. Now, when you're starting out on this journey of entrepreneurship, you have to make the decisions and carry them out. But ultimately, you have to make the decisions. Somebody else can carry them out. And so if you get into the habit of making decisions based on the information you have, based on the best available input that you can decide off of, but then actually make the decision, that's another way to build momentum, because each decision moves you incrementally forward. And actually, after you make the decision, Then you get the real input, the real information to know if you made the right decision and you keep going, or if you made the wrong decision and you need to change course. There's nothing wrong with making a wrong decision. There's nothing wrong with changing course. There's only fault in not making a decision in the first place. So that's key number 4, that at the essence of bold leadership is making decisions. And number 5 is you have to know how to give and receive, underscore and receive. How many people do you know that love to give? They love to serve. I just like helping people. I love to just share my knowledge and share my experience. And they're broke. So what happens a lot of time is that people give and they give and they give, and then eventually they just give in because they're not practicing receiving as much as they are giving. It may sound counterintuitive. We're raised hearing it's better to give than to receive, right? I remember hearing that one growing up, but it's pretty damn good to receive too. And so if you can balance out your instinct to give, to serve, of course, that underpins everything that we do. As authors and entrepreneurs, we want to share, we want to give, we want to serve. But if we don't practice receiving, then we just end up depleted. And so you can practice receiving in a simple way by if somebody gives you a compliment, somebody acknowledges you, instead of just saying, oh, no, it's nothing, it didn't mean much. Say, oh, thank you. Thanks so much, man. I really appreciate that. I put a lot of work into it, and I just appreciate that you acknowledge that. That's receiving a compliment, and there's a parallel to receiving compensation. Compliment, compensation, not much of a difference. So knowing how to give, it's intrinsic to everything that we do as authors and entrepreneurs. Knowing how to receive separates people that are in abundance and have leverage versus people that are in struggle and are constantly deciding whether or not they want to give up, or if it's just not worth it anymore. So those are the 5 key distinctions to bold leadership, and honestly, even if you put 1 or 2 of these into practice right away, you should start to see some immediate results. If you really embrace all 5 of them and make it a practice, you're going to become unstoppable. So I hope that this serves you, and I hope that you both give and receive, just as I'm giving, and I hope to receive your comments, questions. Please reach out to me and get in touch and share those. I'll see you in a future video. To your success, and talk soon.